finest mowers here, and I got another abandoned places in Maine video for you. And as you can see, I'm walking over some railroad tracks. There's another set over there. Some may know what I'm talking about, but if not, these are the two abandoned locomotives in the Allagash in Aroostook County, Maine. Just met myself with another, well, this is where the tracks end. Got the sign here for all the visitors. And right here, before you reach the trains, you've got a direction selector, it looks like. I don't know, it's just different layers of track. But you walk up here a little ways, you'll find what's left of a shunter engine, and as well as a remnants of an old cable shovel just before you reach the trains. Here's an extra boiler, generator or something. You'll have to tell me in the comments what exactly I'm looking at. Here would be the front of that shunter switcher engine. And then if you go right past the shunter, in here, here's, well, part of an old cable shovel. The bucket to it is around here somewhere. So you've got other remnants of mechanical parts in here. See, it breaks off in here, and then here's the start of the cars. And they'll go down that way. I'll cut back to the most complete car. First, we're gonna get a look at the trains first, at least partially. It's quite something to be stumbling around the woods, and you just come across two locomotives. Wow, it's something to be back here again. I've been here once before, about a couple years ago. And one thing I do remember was here last time was somebody tagged up this, right here they put ghost trains right across, which I see they've covered that up, cleaned it up, whatever. Better than it was. You know, how cool is this? Now, both of these engines were in a big shed that burned down, and I believe somewhere on one of these you can still find a charred piece of wood. Wasn't this one. I believe it was this one here. No, it wasn't this one. I guess it was the other one, unless somebody took it. wouldn't trust that much. But see, inside of the boiler, somebody's throwing booze bottles in there. Climb on top here. They've got the funnels plugged up, and the rest of this is just plugged with sand. In a way, I'd almost half like to just James Bond just jump right across. Of course, if you've been out here, you'll know that how much of a travel it is to get out here. Getting hurt out here wouldn't be the wisest thing. You can see right on that plate right there where they've welded it to kind of reinforce it just so people can climb up on these things. If you explore these things in person, you'll find more remnants of where they've welded to kind of reinforce these, make it a little safer to climb on. Slide this. I guess it's jammed. It's okay though. Way in the back on this tender car, you can actually climb into the tender. Not much to really see. You'll just find rust, trash, and random bottles down here. Although, go down this side, you can see where it's rusted through the tender. This side's still pretty good from what I can see. Rotten right there. You got another soft spot here. Well, kind of soft. I still wouldn't trust it. Here it's getting pretty dangerously thin. Right here too is another spot. Just how thin. This side's half falling off. And the amazing part is this one I'm standing in, the cab is in worse shape than the one right beside it with the wooden cab. Oddly enough. You got people who's left their names in here from over the years. Just gonna scoot right across to the other train. This one, half the ladder's gone, and this tender, but I could technically climb in there. See, this one, right underneath my feet, it's quite thin. Pretty much the same as the other, just a little bit more rotten. More rotten. That's all. Now with this cab, see the floor is still good on both sides. That side's starting to rot at the bottom, but the floor that was solid, unlike its neighbor over there. But solid. So yeah, this one here had the wooden cab that got destroyed in the fire. Let's climb up on top of this one. Just like the other, they've got it blocked off with sand. See the one over there for the funnel, they just kind of bolted it on. This one, they full on welded this shut. This one still has its lamp. Obviously the most important stuff is gone. There's another spot where they've welded to reinforce the trains. Quite a rusty spot there. Now to just climb down and walk around them a little more. A little loud. See, they've even welded the cover here for the access shut. This one too, they've welded on the threads. Here's where they've reinforced this section. Keep in mind that if you do explore these trains, this stepper here is quite loose. This is in one of the tender cars right in front of this mid-hatch on the smaller engine. Not much to see. Just got a second look at this funnel and on the larger engine, and coming to find out, this cover just slides out of the way and you can look down in there. So, just a few shots of standing in front of the trains themselves. Interesting thing though is these covers here, these are the bearings for the grease, and all this time and they're still full of grease. Shockingly. Here would be the start of where the box cars were, and these ones here, the ones at the start, are the most dilapidated. They were left here hooked up as if they were going to use them the next day. Here they are, they've never moved. The further down you go, like I said earlier, you'll find the most complete box car. Plus, even as dilapidated as this boxcar was, still has some, no, I mean, it's not full, but it still has some grease in the cover. I'm gonna check another one. How about this one right here? This one's right covered in moss. That one's got a decent amount of grease in it. But no, that first one there is gonna be the most dilapidated, and right at the very end, I'll show a clip of the last boxcar that's in relatively good shape compared to these others. Now, just a quick walkthrough real quick before I get to the final boxcar. See right here, you can walk back and go back up to the trains from here. This way you can get a look at Chamberlain Lake. I'm pretty sure this was Chamberlain Lake. I just noticed this on one of these old wheels is 1911. I'll try to show you the lettering best as I can on this wheel. And then there's the date, 1911. Kind of cool. The last boxcar, which for the age of it, for comparing to what the rest of these look like, this one's in relatively decent shape. If you come all the way to the where the siding ends, it even still has the ladder on the back.
So this is the end of the line here.
It is, but you can see right here where this one still has the ladder.
Yeah.
I'm just walking up now on the tramway, and this is to show you what it currently looks like at the dilapidated state. See, the logs would rest on the teeth, and it was used to pull the logs. Except now it's rotted, and half of them are flipped over, half of them are flipped right side up. Here'd be the tramway, what it normally would have looked like. You can pause and get a look at that if you want. This is just all set up so you can kind of see how the system worked. All rather new construction. This wasn't here last time. It was here like a couple of years ago. Chain driven. Now right where I'm at the trail side is this is past the tramway, just past the tramway. This is the entrance for if you wanted to get here by snow sled. Some trail information on this side. The arm, lock dam. Kind of cool. Haven't seen this last time I was here. There is some relatively new construction since I was here last. What they did right there to the tramway. That's new.
You get off that fucking thing before you fall down and end up being a helicopter that again.
Just made it out of the trails back to the parking lot. Quite an experience to come and see this, climb around these trains and such. If you're from Maine, great thing to go visit if you haven't yet. If you do come to visit the trains, the best thing to do is to come in the morning. Bring a couple of spares with you, jack, impact wrench and such, some basic tools, gas, just in case you get a flat on side of the road. They usually grade these roads with blue shale rock, which can act like razor blades on your tires. So, good idea to bring some extras. Stay safe out there, and if you do visit these, try not to get hurt. You're this far away from a hospital. I'll catch you in the next video.